Alright, here's my audience. Put yourself in this setting. You're out to eat with your parents at a little diner. It seems like an ordinary afternoon. This day, however, would turn out to be one of the most horrific days of your lifetime. A madman drives to the diner's window and starts shooting helpless victims. When it seems like all hope is lost, you remember you have something that can protect you. So you reach into your purse to grab your gun, but it's not there. This was the case for Susanna Gratia Hupp on October 16, 1991, during the Louis massacre in Houston, Texas, where 50 people were shot total and 24 were left dead. This day would leave her parentless and having a lifetime of regrets for leaving her gun in her car because the law said she would get in trouble for carrying it. Since this incident, she has become an advocate for our right to the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment reads as follows: a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Broken down, this means that we, as in everyone in this room and everyone in the United States, has the right to possess, carry, train, and use weapons when they are needed. The part of this amendment that reads, shall not be infringed, means that nobody can take this right away from you. A very misinterpreted part is where it states well-regulated. This doesn't mean regulations by the government. This means that the people are proficient and knowledgeable when using their weapons, so that there is a level of consistency. I'm originally from the Chicagoland area, and before I moved here, I always had a negative connotation with guns, because of how society labels them. Moving here, my husband open carries regularly, and I have become comfortable with the fact that we are always protected wherever we go and in our home. He has trained me how to properly handle guns, and we regularly go to shooting ranges to practice. I know how to take apart, put together, operate, clean, you name it. I'm confident in my ability to defend myself if my life were in danger. Given the amount of crime that does happen, I like to know that I have the capability to defend myself or even use my weapon as a deterrent if need be. Every state government has the ability to place different regulations on guns. Colorado is more accepting of firearms than most states. Open carry is permitted here, excluding Denver and certain facilities that have it posted under a certain regulation. Common places that guns are banned from are schools, colleges, movie theaters, convention centers, and certain restaurants. In case you're unfamiliar with the term open carry, it means to have your weapon clearly visible when in public. This type of carry does not require a permit. However, you must be at least the age of 18. The other type of carry in Colorado is concealed carry, meaning that your gun is hidden to the eye. In order to legally conceal your weapon, it is required for you to get a permit. Applicants for concealed carry permits must be legal residents of the state, must be at least 21 years of age, eligible to carry a firearm, have not been convicted of a felony, no records of abusing alcohol or drugs, and have no restraining orders in effect, and can competently use a firearm. Once your application is submitted, a sheriff will determine if you're eligible for the license and either accept or decline. The permit is valid for 5 years. Depending on which state you go to, you will find differences in gun regulations regarding open and concealed carry. Currently, there are 30 states that allow open carry without a permit, following with 14 states that allow open carry with a permit, and only 6 states that have banned open carry completely, including Illinois, my hometown, which I believe is why there's such a negative connotation to firearms there. However, in all 50 states, you have the ability to obtain a concealed carry license. The problem with this is, if you're traveling from state to state, only certain places will accept your license, so you need to be sure to check where it will be accepted so you do not get in trouble for carrying your weapon where it is not permitted. For example, Illinois does not accept any concealed carry permits from other states, so in Illinois it would not be legal for you to conceal your weapon even if you have a permit from Colorado. As for Colorado, it accepts some states, but they have to be legal residents of that state in order to accept it. States like Texas accept a majority of concealed carry permits from other states, as you can see by this map. Guns are used nearly 6.5 million times a year in self-defense. Only about 8% of the time it results in wounding or killing the attacker. 200,000 women use guns to protect themselves against rape and other sexually violent crimes. Finally, armed citizens kill more crooks than police officers do, with only a 2% error rate as opposed to the police officers that have an 11% error rate when identifying criminals. These are some of the statistics that are not in the media spotlight. Where did these mass shootings always seem to happen? Schools, movie theaters, places where people are just sitting ducks, because guns are restricted in these areas. But if guns are restricted, then how do people still manage to bring weapons in? Because they do not care about regulations. Their objective is to kill, and they have a wide open audience to shoot at, with helpless, unarmed victims. I believe that if more states and buildings lessen the laws and regulations on carrying, more lives could be saved from these maniacs. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions?
Woo!
I have to show you guys one more time.
Alright, let's go to those facts.